Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and let's talk today about pruning that resume that's ridiculously long. Now, I know in some fields and in some academic settings, it's essential to have a 10-page resume. In industry, that isn't the case. You want to get your resume to 2.5 pages in length. Why? No one really cares about the stuff that you did back in the Stone Ages, except to make sure that you had a career progression. So here's what you need to do. Number one, look at the most recent 10 years. That's the area to emphasize. And anything before that, you can summarize with the statement, prior experience was as a fill in the blank with, and you can list 2 or 3 different firms from, and you list the dates. Let's say from, I'm just going to pick dates at random. This is 2014 when I'm recording this, from 1996 to 2004. So what you're doing is indicating what you did prior to 2004 with a quick summary. Now, let's say your resume is 3, 4, or more pages, and it's just the past 10 years. Well, number one, I have to ask you a blunt question. Will anyone care what you did 9 years ago? Yeah, you did it, but does anyone care? Does this relate to the kind of position you're going for now? Is there any experience or any skill needed from 10 years ago that's pivotal to what you're going for today? Probably not. Now, if there is, you have to include it and just risk going to a long resume. But I must in all candor tell you, in many fields, it's completely irrelevant and it's your ego getting in the way. So you have to go in with a critical eye. You have to basically ask yourself, okay, this is the kind of job I'm going for. What's the background of people that they're looking for? Are the keywords going to pop up from what I did 10 years ago and cause people to not call me anyway? Or is this relevant to what I'm doing now? If it's irrelevant, get rid of it, minimize it. Just as I mentioned before, you can do much shorter descriptions of your work from anything in your past, in your extreme past, than what you demonstrate today. Most firms, when they're looking at evaluating someone and determining whether or not they're going to interview them, are looking at just the past few years. The filler is the old stuff. And if you look at their behavior, remember, they're not reading a resume. They're looking at screenshots on their computer screen. They're not printing it out to read it 95 times out of 100. What they're doing is reading it on a screen. How many page downs do you think they're doing? Not a lot. So the most important work is the past few years. As you get progressively past that, it becomes less relevant. Take a hatchet to it. Cut it down. You got to do it because it can only hurt you in the end. So this is Jeff Altman. Hope you found this helpful. If you did and you're watching on YouTube, share it, leave a comment, click the like button, do something that lets people know it was worthwhile. Then come over to my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us, and go exploring. I've got lots of great content there, including all my YouTube videos, which you can obviously watch on YouTube as well. You have articles I've written for my e-zine, No BS Job Search Advice e-zine, and No BS Hiring Advice e-zine. You can read them at the site. You can receive a complimentary subscription to them there. You can also listen to podcasts of Job Search Radio and No BS Job Search Advice Radio. You can listen to them there, or of course you can listen to them in iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, Player FM, the BlackBerry Store, and a host of other podcast directories. So come over to thebiggamehunter.us and go exploring. Oh, forgot to mention, you can search positions I'm recruiting for, post your resume to a lot of sites from mine, find out about my books and guides to job hunting. You can even read a couple of them for free at my site. So come over to thebiggamehunter.us, go exploring. Next, if your firm's trying to hire someone, send me an email at the address below. Let me know who to contact and whether I should mention your name. I'd love to help your firm staff positions. If we're not already connected on LinkedIn, send me a connection request. The address is linkedin.com/in/thebiggamehunter. Use my email address in order to connect with me without using up an InMail. Finally, most of you don't interview nearly as well as you think you do. And most of you don't run your job search any better than a bad amateur does. If you want advice about any element of your search, whether it's how to interview better, working with recruiters, you have specific questions about some aspect of your job search, contact me through liveperson.com. That's LIVE person.com, where I'm a job search and career coaching expert. So reach out to me through LivePerson. I'd be happy to answer your questions. This is Jeff Altman. Have a great day. Take care.